Curious about what this week has in store for you? Well, come on and join me. Hello, Stacy the Black Feather Intuitive. Welcome to another weekly oracle reading for the week of March 22nd. We got the 2-2, lots of togetherness energy, lots of duality, lots of connections, lots of union coming in for this week. So let's call in all the archangels, ascended masters, highest guides, light beings, creature teachers, elementals, loved ones in spirit. Come on into this space to give us the clarity and guidance that we need to really make this week rock. Let's bring that in. Using my Ciro Marchetti's Tarot of Dreams, one of my favorite decks. We have the Magician card. I love the Magician card. It's all about resources, utilizing the resources around us, taking action steps around what it is that we've been reviewing and incorporating. It's all about the planning that we've had. Any plans that you've got going on, now is the time to take action on it, but you want it to be thoughtful action. You want to make sure that it's considered action and that you have used and utilized all the different things at your fingertips in order to make that happen. I'm also hearing that there's an energy this week of balance around making sure that if you're using water, you're also keeping fire close by, because fire and water can balance each other out. If you're in the clouds a lot and you're thinking about things or you're intuiting a lot of things, you also need to bring in the earth element in order to feel grounded and to bring those thoughts into being. It is all about understanding how all of our resources around us and all of the elements work in concert with one another to be able to help us achieve what it is that we are here to achieve. I'm really drawn this week to the infinity sign that is in the kind of the bottom half of this card. And the infinity is all about, I feel like, what is to come, what is leaving, and what is coming back around. What is leaving, what is coming back around. What is leaving, what is coming back around. Anything that you let go of, say goodbye to, maybe you pass on an opportunity and you're worried about it because you're thinking it's never going to come back around again. It may not come back around again in the exact form that it presented itself, but it will come back around again. This is also about patterns and cycles. If you've released an unhealthy pattern and cycle, what's going to come back around again is the opportunity for you to explore in the healthier way. More opportunity to build up and boost up that healthier approach to life and to things. So it doesn't mean that, oh, well, what's the point if I'm breaking out of an old unhealthy pattern and cycle, it's going to come back on me. No, what's going to happen is you're going to notice that you're bringing forth to yourself new opportunities to explore in a healthier way and in a healthier dynamic. This card always makes me think of Merlin. And I love Merlin. He's one of my ascended masters. He's one that I work with on a regular basis. And he's all about wisdom. He's all about wisdom. He's all about channeling and harnessing power for good, to create more, to create, I want to say, satisfaction. And I'm hearing the word satisfaction coming through this week. How can you bring more satisfaction into all that you do? If you're finding yourself this week, the first thing that comes to mind is work, because a lot of us, we work to live. We don't necessarily live to work. And many of us, not all of us, but many of us would say, you know what, if I didn't have to do this job, like if I didn't have to pay my bills, I wouldn't do this job, right? So you want to look at how can I bring more satisfaction into my working world. Let's face it, most of us we spend more time at work than we spend in leisure, in the pleasantries of life, in spending time with our family and friends. Hence the work-life balance that we are always needing to bring into the mix. So take a look this week. If you're not fully satisfied in your job, I'm not saying pick up and leave unless all of the boxes check off as unsatisfied, wholly unsatisfied with this. then you want to be looking at, okay, I need something new. But maybe you're unsatisfied with one area and aspect, and maybe that's new for you. Maybe that you've always done the job and always felt satisfied, and now all of a sudden there's an aspect that isn't. Take a look at that. You want to pay attention to that, because maybe it's showing you something coming back around for you to review it, to make it more satisfactory, to make it more satisfying for you. Something perhaps that you've lost that you need to gain, something you need to access in your environment or bring into the mix to bring more satisfaction as a whole to the dynamic. Very interesting. I also love he's holding this sort of spherical ball, and I don't want to call it a crystal ball because that sounds so cheesy, but think of a glass ball, a prism of sorts, and light it's a conduit. Light can go through it, and light can spread the beam wider, which is what's happening here. So I'm also seeing that this week, there's going to be something highlighted in each and every one of our lives, something that's going to be, a light is going to be shone on it. And I feel that it's, the Merlin energy or source, if you want to call it that as well. Or somebody from your dream team is going to be highlighting, shining a light on a particular area, aspect, situation, person in your life. Pay attention to what it's showing you. It's spotlighting and highlighting it for a reason. There's something you need to pay attention to. There's something you need to know about. And it doesn't have to be scary. It could be, hey, I need to pay attention because my son is struggling this week and he's not saying anything about it. And I just need to tune into my spidey senses to be able to start a conversation and create a safe space for him to talk. Maybe it's highlighting an area that, hey, don't forget about this, this plan or this item. This item is the thing that you need. This is the missing piece that you need, to realize this next project or this next goal. Maybe it's highlighting a person that you need to bring into the mix, or you need to introduce yourself to, somebody that can bring you the resources that you require. So pay attention to where the universe is shining a light in your life. There's importance there, there's significance there that you are to be thinking about. Also, the Magician is number 1, new beginnings, fresh starts. I, me, mine, all about me. Everything starts with me and ends with me. What does that mean for you in your life this week? Where do you need to prioritize yourself? Where do you need to put yourself first? Where do you need to say, I'm not going to listen to the peanut gallery, I'm just focusing on my intuition, my internal guidance, my source, because that's what I'm feeling I need to focus on right now. How can I put myself in the spotlight? What can I highlight about myself that I want others to see and others to notice, that I need to see and notice about myself? The Magician. All right. We are going to do this week, my eyes went right for it. We are going to do Sacred Rebels Oracle deck from Alana Fairchild. And any of you who watch me, you know that she's one of my faves too. And I like a lot of her decks. Although I shouldn't say that on this, because I don't know that I use her decks as often with these readings. I use them more with my clients, with my Winged Wisdom Oracle personal readings, actually. So sorry, you may not know that about me, but Alana Fairchild is one of my favorite Oracle deck authors. We have 12, which is actually 3 numerologically speaking. So we've got a 1, and then we've got 1 and 2 and equaling 3. So this is kind of interesting. Every journey starts with a single step. I'm hearing right off the bat, it is time for you to not be afraid to take a step forward. When you take 1 step, the universe takes 10 steps on your behalf. That is a huge message. I want to say to you, this card is beautiful and the imagery is beautiful. She's carrying this old luggage. It's like trunk luggage from, like the 1920s. Old. What does that equate to? Old baggage, the past, stuff that is no longer serving you. What can you let go of in order for you to be able to move forward? For most of us, I want to say it's going to be connected to some fear, some form of fear. And the fear is in the form of this old baggage. take a look at that fear and say, is it really existing in my life right now? Is it a factor in my life right now? Is this the thing that I'm fearing the most? Is it happening in my now? Most times, the answer is going to be no, it's not. Often we are triggered by our past. We are faced with a new opportunity, a new challenge, something that might feel a little riskier. And we go, oh boy, I've been here before. I know what this means. I don't want to go down this path again. Our ego voice pops up, and I would say the squeaky wheel sometimes gets the grease, but the ego squeaky wheel doesn't need to get the grease this week. This is about, you know what? Maybe I'm going to leave this luggage behind. Maybe I don't need to take this luggage with me where I'm going. And look at what's happening in the picture. The luggage itself, there's light that's coming out of the luggage and it's bursting it open. And there's even some butterflies. Yeah, there's butterflies coming out of here. Transformation. Transforming and transmuting the old and stepping more into the new. What I see happening with this card is she's looking at the destination. She's looking at the focus with awe and wonder and excitement about what it is that she's seeing, where it is that she's potentially going. She's not really paying attention now to what she's hanging on to. And what's going to happen is that light, that divine light, that transformative light is going to burst open. And she's not going to need to carry that luggage anymore. She's going to be able to step forward without any luggage at all, without that baggage. And she's going to take a step forward. Every journey starts with a single step. She's going to lose sight of the luggage or lose the need to hang on to that luggage. She's going to forget all about it because she doesn't need it. You don't need the baggage. Leave the drama at home, right? Leave that nonsense and what is it? Leave the drama for your mama. Leave the drama for your mama. This is what is the potential that is happening for each of you this week. It is about what can I let go and leave in the past? What is holding me back from taking this leap into a new version of myself, or this leap into something that I've wanted to do for myself for so freaking long? What is holding me back? What is stopping me from taking that step? Chances are, for most of us, it's going to be fear. So face the fear head on, focus on source, say, all right, dream team, what resources do I have around me that are going to support me in taking this leap forward? You're shining the light. You're shining the light on something that I need to pay attention to, or something that I need to, the action steps that I need to take around this thing. I need to let it go and I need to move forward. I need to allow spirit to take over and to take charge, and they're going to cover it all. They're going to handle it. I don't have to handle it. Olivia Pope from Scandal, it's handled. This is what spirit is saying to you. It's handled. I got you. You don't have to worry about this anymore. Just move forward. Move into the light. Step into the light. For those of you who are too young to get that, it's a Poltergeist reference, and I'm really showing my age. So don't judge me. Don't judge me. All right, let's pull a feather. See what we're getting from the feather jar. We're getting two today. Being present on a beautiful pink feather. Pink is one half of the heart chakra, that unconditional love, self-care, self-compassion, self-forgiveness. Sometimes it does take self-compassion to make that leap forward, to take that journey of faith. So give it to yourself. Be present in this moment right now. Again, we can let go of the past. The past does not have to influence us, or if it influences us, we can choose to make it influence in a positive way. Say, what did I learn from that experience that I can not do again, or that I can do over again, and I can add it to this new approach, this new me, this new version of self, this new journey that I'm taking. What can I learn from the old to apply to the new that is not going to hold me back, that's actually going to help me to move forward? Being present. When you are nervous about taking that step in the right direction, step into your now. What in my energy field right now in this moment is here to help me? When you're stuck, it's the breath. Come back to the breath. Close your eyes and breathe deeply. It's going to bring you back into the body, where you're able to manifest things, where you're able to bring those thoughts into being. being present. So don't lose sight of the breath. And then we got a beautiful white feather here. Oh, very cool, divine spirit. And I feel like this is just reinforcing, especially this card, reinforcing that, hey, divine spirit is ready to take this leap with you. They're ready to do the journey with you. They can't do it for you. They want to do it with you because there's lessons that you need to learn. There's experiences that you want to have to be able to bring more joy to your soul. So let the divine spirit be your traveling companion. Let divine spirit sit next to you in the airplane and tell you all of the unique things and places and wonderful spots that you're going to experience when you get off that plane. What wonderful experiences are you having while you're on the plane? What interesting conversations are you having on the plane? So travel, your traveling partner is divine spirit if you will allow it. Be present and focused. Connect to the breath when you're struggling. Have compassion for yourself. This is a crazy journey that we're on. It's a wild ride called life. Give yourself the space to understand that you're not going to know everything. You're not going to do everything just right, but you're, in the grand scheme of things, you are doing everything just right. Focus on that. All right, that is our reading for the week. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you like what you see here, feel free to like, subscribe, and click the bell on my YouTube channel. Also, feel free to check out my website, theblackfeatherintuitive.com. I have lots of interesting free resources. Speaking of the magician, free resources that you can learn about your spidey senses, you can learn about archangels, ascended masters, you can learn about all sorts of things. There's a free reading option on there as well. I would like to share about my Archangel Conversations workshop that is, we just did it. We actually just did the last one in March and it was amazing. And we are prepping for the next one. So don't be afraid if you missed it or if you feel like, well, I can't sign up for this workshop because I'm not going to be here on the date that you've selected. It is recorded, so you will receive a recording and you can watch it at your leisure and enjoy that. We as in me. Not sure where the we came in. Well, maybe it's me and the archangel that I channel. I'm channel an archangel at every workshop and get a direct message for everyone in attendance. And we also learn a lot about that particular archangel and how that archangel wants to help you through this wild ride called life. So if you're interested in it, check it out. We have not chosen the date for the next one yet, but I believe it's going to be the 3rd week or the 4th week of April. I have to decide which one I'm choosing because of Easter, and I got to check that out. But check it out on my website. It is there. Also, I can't speak. FaceTime, Instagram, The Black Feather Intuitive. Check it out, connect. Would love to maintain connection with you guys. And feel free to like and comment on the YouTube as well. I'm always responding to comments on YouTube. Take care, guys. Have the most amazing week. We'll see you next time. Ciao.